Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall, powered by the Difference Media LLC, and hosted by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, and also sponsored by Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our community in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Rockwall starts now.
Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall. We are a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I am your host, Tammy Escobedo, proud beauty industry leader and business coach with a passion to help others look and feel their best, believing that confidence on the outside leads to confidence within. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to empower women to create sustainable work from home businesses while also helping them cultivate a lifestyle rooted in confidence and self-assurance. I am excited to be here with you. And today we have an exciting show lined up as we begin a new topic for February, building the right relationships to build your business, leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. This is a theme that we will really dive into during our third segment. But first, as always, we want to introduce our amazing co-hosts and our fabulous guests that are here with us today. So first, our first co-host, owner of Minuteman Press of Rockwall, a full-service printing and graphic design company known for its exceptional quality and personalized service. Frank McLeod leads a talented team dedicated to providing top-notch printing solutions, ensuring that every project is handled with precision and professionalism. A proud 1985 graduate of Rockwall High School, Frank has deep roots in our community and brings both expertise and a personal touch to his business. Frank, we are thrilled to have you here today.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here. It's always a good day when we get to spend it with you and CJ.
My gosh, I love that so much. Isn't it true though? We have such I think we're the best community to have this topic today because we are so close and love each other so much. Thank you for that, Frank.
Sure.
All right, let's get our next co-host, known to many as CJ. Clarence Jorif is the president and owner of the Compound Nevada, a premier outdoor shooting range dedicated to providing a safe environment and top-notch experience for firearm enthusiasts at all levels. TCN has 16 pistol lanes, 10 rifle lanes, and additional 200-yard rifle lanes coming in the very near future. CJ and his certified team provide a wide range of training courses ranging from basic firearm safety to advanced instruction in handgun, rifle, and shotgun use. Clarence is also Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Rockwall and is running for mayor in the upcoming election, scheduled for May of 2025. CJ, welcome. What are you most excited about being here today?
Well, to piggyback off of Frank, just being here with you, Tammy, and our guests, Frank and I are like brothers, so it makes it so nice to be here with all of you.
Oh, you're so great. I just love you. All right. Well, this is good. Not like that, though, but you know. All right. All right. Let's introduce our guests. You guys have some great guests on today. I'm really excited to introduce to you first Lonny Schonfeld, a dedicated professional with a strong background in community and business development. With nearly 2 years of experience at the Rockwall Chamber and prior experience at the Greenville Chamber, Lonny has been instrumental in fostering meaningful partnerships that drive growth and opportunity for local businesses. As a key player in partnership development, he is passionate about connecting businesses with the resources and relationships that they need to thrive. We're excited to have him here and to share his insights on the impact of chamber involvement and the power of strategic networking. So, Lonny, welcome.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was a great introduction. I didn't know it was me at first. I wondered, who's this great guest we're bringing on?
I'll copy and paste it and send it to you later so you can hang it on your wall.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you. I'm excited to be here with all of you. You're very, very important people in the community, and I feel honored to be here.
Oh, you're so great. Well, thank you
You
so
are
much
too,
for that. Yes, we are glad that you're here. All right, let's introduce our next guest. Please join me in welcoming Harold Young, a distinguished leader with over 30 years of executive experience in the nonprofit sector. Currently serving as the District Executive Director at the JER Chilton YMCA at Rockwall, Harold has consistently demonstrated his passion for volunteer engagement, community relations, team building, and youth development. His impressive career journey includes pivotal roles as manager at the National Office of the Boy Scouts of America in Irving, Texas, and as COO for the Greater Alabama Council of the Boy Scouts of America. Harold's academic achievements, including a Bachelor of Business Administration and Management from Jarvis Christian College and an MBA from Grand Canyon University, where he is now pursuing a doctorate in business management, further underscore his commitment to excellence. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Harold's dedication to family and community continues to inspire those around him. So, welcome, Harold. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I look forward
What are you most excited about being here today?
to the excitement of the gentleman and the lady that I see right now. I'm just excited to learn from you guys and share what we are doing here.
You're awesome.
But wait, Harold, there's more. The greatest leadership Rockwall class of all time. The GOATs.
The GOAT
2023.
of 2023.
Oh,
As you guys can see, my twin, we look alike.
Yeah, we get this stuff sometimes. We can't actually touch each other because then we morph. So
Yeah, exactly.
so y'all were in Leadership Rockwall together, huh?
Yes.
yes, we were.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Well, I'm currently in Leadership Rockwall 2025.
Yes.
So I'm excited. So we got some exciting things coming up. I'm so glad that you are all here. We're going to go straight to commercial. We're going to come back and hear what's going on in our community. And I can't wait to hear from all of you to share all the things that are so important to all of us in Rockwall. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for What's Up Rockwall?
Y'all, the traffic around here has gotten so bad at some point that I sometimes think maybe I'll leave Rockwall. And then we have these segments like this and we talk about what's going on in our community. And I think, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So here we are. Let's share some things that are going on. What's up, Rockwall? I know each of you have a few things to share. Let's start with Lonny. How about that? He had some exciting things to share with us today.
Well, I'm excited to share things with you about the chamber, the Rockwall Area Chamber of Commerce. Everybody knows the chamber, but it is one of the finest organizations that you can find anywhere. And there's some events coming up here that you really need to know about. Everybody's familiar with our monthly luncheons. Well, we're doing something different in 2025. We're taking 3 of those months and we're making them breakfasts. And the reason we're doing that is to give people the opportunity who might not be able to make it for the luncheon time. They'll be able to still come to some of them in the morning. So our next one will be one of the breakfasts, and that is coming up on Wednesday, February 19th. And it's going to be at Lake Point Church, right next door to the chamber office. So instead of lunch food, there'll be breakfast food, and the incredible program that we always have. You find out a tremendous amount, not only about what's coming up with the chamber, but also a lot of things that are going on in the community as well.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And Tammy, something you're very familiar with, let me try this again.
I know it's easy to get tongue-tied when you know everybody in the world's watching you.
I saw Frank just staring at me, and I got nervous. On the 18th of February, which is the day before our breakfast, we are having the Professional Women's Alliance Winter Mixer. That's going to be held at Rossini Vineyards, and that's from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. If you're not familiar with the Professional Women's Alliance, it's one of the affiliate groups here at the Rockwall Area Chamber of Commerce. It is made up of professional business women from across the area. And it's not just business owners. It's women who work for businesses, just people who are professional and want to network and be involved with other women in the community. It's an incredible group. I was telling you earlier, I'm a little jealous that the women have this group, but it's an unbelievable group. If you're not familiar with it, please call the chamber office and just ask about it. We'll get you lots of information. And then finally, coming up on February 27th, we are having our annual banquet, and it is a big deal with a lot of food and a lot of fun and music and awards. And this year's theme is a casino night. So it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. We're holding it at Amerisports over here in Rockwall. And there's a lot of room there. We had our banquet there last year, and it was tremendous. But the theme is casino night, but the dress code is sequins and sneakers. And because it's a gym floor, we can't have hard-soled shoes, so everybody can wear fancy sequined clothing and sneakers. So that's coming up on the 27th, and that's just a small amount. I don't want to take up everybody else's time, but there is so much happening at the chamber. Just get with us. We'd love to tell you about it.
So I am going to chime in a little bit because sequins and sneakers, y'all, last year they did this at the same facility, and we all thought, sneakers and sequins? It was the best event we've ever had. How many women do you know who would love to wear a pair of sneakers with a dress? I mean, we left that event. Our backs didn't hurt. Our legs didn't hurt. And we had so much fun. So, I mean, I'm excited. In my business, I started a sequins and sneakers event because of that last year. So come, it'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Let's hear from CJ. What do you have to share with us?
I love sequins and sneakers. Got my sequin jacket on, got my Air Force Ones, and it's like, oh, okay, this is like growing up in New York all over again. Without the sequins, because that'll get you in trouble. Hey, a lot of things going on here. The biggest thing this upcoming week is Rockwall County Days. So Rockwall County Days is an opportunity for all of us to go on down to Austin, to the Capitol, and attend the informative sessions at the Capitol. You get to hear from speakers on topics that directly impact Rockwall County residents, and the event serves as a platform for fostering connections, issues, and gaining valuable insights into the legislative process. You have our legislators there. We have our electeds down there. As an elected official from Rockwall, Mayor Pro Tem, I get a chance to ask questions of our legislators that directly affect the county, but specifically the city of Rockwall. There's a couple of very, very hot issues on the agenda down there right now, basically regarding home rule, what we can do, what we can't do, and how we directly impact our residents. So I'm going to be pretty busy, and it runs from Monday through Wednesday afternoon. So we'll get down there probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, depending on traffic, get a chance to check in. There's a social where we all get together with everyone from throughout the county. And then it's hard at work on Tuesday all day, attending sessions, taking pictures, interacting, giving those folks from Rockwall Leadership Class 2025 a hard time, you know what I'm talking about, Harold. But at the same time, being the greatest class of all time, Leadership Rockwall 2023, we'll bring them under our wing and take care of them. The second biggest thing, and this is, I will admit, it's a personal plug. We have elections coming up in May. Early voting is from April 22nd through April 29th, with the actual election day being May 3rd. Running to become mayor of our great city of Rockwall, I need to reach out or have people reach out to me because I'm accessible at all times. Talk about the things that's going on, talking about the impact that we continue to make for Rockwall, not single issues, because single issues do not affect just our city. We talk about everything, infrastructure. Those roads that you're talking about, Tammy, it's going to be a little rough here for a little while longer, but the impact that it'll make to make things better, smoother flow, increase more traffic and commerce to our city. I know Lonny likes that, but it's about things that affect Rockwall as a whole, not just one single item. So I would beseech you, get involved, ask questions, approach me directly, but let's get this done, Rockwall.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Clarence. That's so good. All right, Frank, what do you have to share with us?
Well, I was also going to talk about what CJ just mentioned, that Rockwall County Days. That is an event being sponsored by the Rockwall Chamber of Commerce. And if you decide last minute you want to go, you may be able to call the chamber and they can give you more information on it. It's probably cut off, isn't it, by now, Lonnie?
Well, you know, Frank, to be honest with you, I don't have that information. That's above my pay grade.
Sure.
The more the merrier, brother. The more the merrier. We'll never say no.
They're going to have a big crowd down there, though.
Yes.
I did hear that it sold out, but I've never been before. This is my first one to attend, so I really didn't know what it meant when it said sold out. So I would definitely call the chamber and see how you can get involved.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised at the number of people that show up from the community to the Austin Days.
Yep.
I'm excited.
They've got a big crowd going down there. I know that.
And to help you out, Frank and Lonnie, just go to the Rockwall Chamber of Commerce website. Everything's listed right there for you. Rockwall County Days 2025.
It's rockwallchamber.org. And you can call the office at 972-771-5733 right now, and we'll be happy to get you the information.
And if you're a business owner here in Rockwall and you're not a Chamber of Commerce member, Lonnie is the guy to call. Give him a call and he can give you the rundown on everything. And I was also going to mention this Friday, the chamber has a 60 mile per hour speed networking at the chamber office at 8:30 on this Friday morning. And it's kind of like speed dating, except it's for business. And you get to meet a lot of new business owners, and you do not have to be a member to attend that event. Just show up by 8:30, and when you're done, Lonnie can talk to you about becoming a chamber member.
Awesome. So good. I love it. All right, Harold, tell us, what do you have coming up?
All right, real quick, here at the YMCA, we have a monthly lunch and learn. On the third Thursday of each month, we invite members of the community to come in and have a free lunch on us to hear about topics that affect our community. This February, we're going to have Detective Page from the Rockwall Police Department talking about senior scams. So if you want to learn about that, please come out. Also, we do a community outreach where we take goodies to the teachers along with prayer notes to all of the elementary schools here, all the schools here in Rockwall ISD, as well as Rockwall County, just to let the teachers know we love them. So if you want to participate, reach out to us. And then finally, something that's near and dear to my heart is, summertime is coming and kids are looking for jobs. So the Gene Burton Career Academy is hosting a job fair on Thursday, April 17th. So put that on your calendars. We'd love to see you out there. If you're a business owner and you're looking for some summertime help, this is a perfect opportunity. Contact them and they will get you more information over at the Gene Burton Career Academy.
That's awesome. So Harold, the notes that you take to the teachers, do y'all handwrite every one of those?
So we print them. We do a little cheating for all of the schools we have in Rockwall and Rockwall County. We just leave them little notes saying, hey, the YMCA is thinking about you. We love you. We'll continue to pray for you. And then we give them a little treat because right now it's getting towards the end of school and testing is happening. So just to let them know that the community is behind them and we're supporting them.
Wow, that's awesome. How many teachers do we have in Rockwall? Do you know that number?
I do not. No, we do over 30 schools that we reach out to for community. And so we hit each one of those with a little love and a little treat.
That's so sweet. I love that. All right. Well, that's great. Anybody else have something else to share? I'm going to go back to the PWA. We have a full big year, the Professional Women's Alliance. You know, Lonny was saying earlier he's mad because he wants to have a Professional Men's Alliance. Lonny, I think you should start that. But from the Professional Women's Alliance perspective, we do have a lot of exciting things. Something to think about is Christmas in July. I know that it's a little bit of ways away, but we had a meeting about it the other day, and we're going to make a couple of little changes. It's going to be super fun. So make a plan now to do Christmas in July. Ask your friends to come with you, and you're going to be excited about some of the changes. And it's not really changes in what it looks like, the event looks like, but some games and things we're going to play and participate in. So it's going to be fun. All right. Well, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back and talk about our topic of the month, which is really exciting. So stay tuned and stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
So welcome to our new topic for February, building the right relationships to build your business, leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. So today we are going to dive into the power of strategic networking and how cultivating the right relationships can accelerate business growth. So many entrepreneurs engage in networking, but few truly leverage their connections strategically to build ecosystems of opportunity. Networks that foster long-term collaboration, trust, and value exchange. Instead of viewing networking as a series of one-time interactions, we'll explore how to shift from transactional networking to relationship-driven networking. So where forming strategic partnerships leads to sustained business. By focusing on trust, alignment, and collaboration over competition, professionals can create intentional, high-impact networks that open doors to new opportunities. So to start the conversation, I'm going to begin with this question. What do you believe is the biggest mistake professionals make when it comes to networking, and how can they shift their approach to build more meaningful strategic connections? Who wants to start with that one?
I'll start us off.
Awesome.
The biggest mistake, I think, is having networking opportunities and not taking advantage of. Knowing that something is going on and not showing up and taking advantage of it. I did that early in my career, and I wished I had been more. I was worried about getting work done here in the shop and not worried about networking. And once I started networking more, that's when the business started growing.
Well, and you know, there's a lot of people that are very well loved and known in Rockwall community, and you are one of those, Frank. And so having attended all of those events, you built some really great relationships that has truly sustained your business, I'm sure. I don't work with you, so I don't really know, but I suspect based on what I see coming out of COVID, I don't know how many of you felt that impact after, depending on referral-based business versus building relationships that can sustain you in a difficult time. You know, when things got difficult, what does that look like for some of you? Well, CJ, what do you have to share about that?
So the corollary to what Frank just said is great. You have the networking opportunities, but then people go to these networking opportunities. They see a friend, they gravitate to that friend, they lock on to that friend or that group of friends versus, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Go engage with those other people that you don't know.
Don't talk to the new guy.
The value of the networking. It's not about, oh, hi, Sally, good to see you. No, It's walking up to the Lonnies and saying, hey, Lonnie, I'm Clarence Jorif. I own a outdoor shooting range in Nevada. Do you shoot? Oh, you know what? I don't. But I've got to. It's that engagement. The value of what you give to someone via communication will repay back to you. What you talked about COVID, it's kind of ironic. COVID affected us, but it didn't affect us as a range because people wanted to be outdoors. They couldn't be inside on top of each other, but they were outside, and I call it ballistic therapy, putting rounds down range. They got out of their houses and they were still able to engage. The mask mandates caused a whole bunch of problems, but you out on the range, fresh air, good old UV hitting you, and sometimes a lot of heat too, so that helps burn it off. But you make the most of the situation or the circumstance, especially like Frank said at those networking. You can't sit there and gravitate, well, I'm going to sit with my friend, and oh, there's somebody over there. Did they see me? No, you got to be engaging.
Yeah.
Let me. Can I add to that?
Yes.
So I want to take it another direction. You said go towards your friends. I say we miss the bullseye when we're talking to an individual and somebody that we perceive has more clout. We run to them instead of staying there and engaging. Many times we fall victim to, I'm going to get as many cards as I can without actually staying and getting to know that one individual or that two or three individuals. I know we're going to get to this soon. That's transactional, not relational.
Yes. Yes. Really creating a network that is generating like an ongoing value.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
My feeling that the biggest mistake that professional people make in networking is that the focus is on them. It should be the other person. And it's not about receiving, it's about giving. They need to focus on the value they can provide to another person. If I'm meeting you for the first time at a networking event, the most important question that I can ask you is, when I'm talking with someone, how do I know that they are the perfect customer for you? And let them tell me what it is that they need and do my best to provide that for them, because I can tell you that your profit comes after you provide value to other people, and people need to focus on the other person and not on themselves.
Always giving before you expect to receive.
Absolutely.
Well, that ties right into establishing or creating a value exchange network. It's about reciprocity. I give to you, you introduce. It's that gift that kids are given. And I know we have all of us in here with all this here. It's the old Revlon commercial. And so on and so on. Why are you laughing, Tammy? Why? Just because myself, Lonny, and Harold are, premier members of the men's club club for men. But anyway, grass doesn't grow on a play field. But anyway, coming back to it, that reciprocity is what drives everything. You have to think about, like Lonny said, what can I get to? What can I offer?
Yes.
That offer is reciprocal. That's what drives that trend.
Yeah.
The key is how much value can you give to how many people? The more value you can give to the biggest number of people, that's where your return in networking comes in.
Yeah.
And when I hear that, the word that keeps ringing out is collaboration.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
How do we collaborate till you get what you want, I get what I want, and then ultimately the community benefits from our collaboration and networking.
That's true.
Benefit to all.
Strategic partnerships.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Lyndon has a question for us, our fabulous producer and mastermind of the Community Difference.
Well, I just want to thank Harold for what he just said, because he perfectly teed this up. Because in 30 years of being in networking groups and organizations, what I've realized, and where I think a lot of them fall short, is they become nothing more but a referral exchange. Where we're just looking for a paycheck, basically, right? And it's not just a referral. I go in hoping that you're going to tell this person I'm the greatest, and I really don't have to sell them. I just have to sign them up.
Yeah.
And Harold, what you said was when you collaborate and you build new business opportunities together, you create value beyond whatever it is that your product or your service. So I would like to hear y'all's thoughts on that, about some way that you have created an opportunity that attracted people to want to partner with you, not just refer to you, but to partner with you to grow this opportunity so that all of you became more attractive within the community and to the consumers of that community.
So I'll start. Just had a call last couple of weeks with Parks and Recs, YMCA, and Children's Healthcare. We are now partnering together to put life jackets at the boat ramp at 66 and the harbor, to where when boaters come in, if they don't have enough life jackets, they can borrow a life jacket that we have here and use that and bring it back. So we talked about it. So we here at the Y, we talk about safety around water. We present childhood drowning. The city wants to make sure that people come and are safe and they'll come back. Children's Healthcare wants to make sure that everybody is safe and taken care of by providing life jackets. So that's the collaboration that I talk about when we're networking.
That's awesome.
Circle me in on that, Harold, because that's very, very important. I was talking about, and I'm speaking now from the role of Mayor Pro Tem of Rockwall. It's about community. It's not one single item. That affects everyone across the board. And it does so in such a positive way that we're looking out for each other. And that's the kind of environment we have in Rockwall here. It's a caring, live, work, play environment. But by doing something like that, oh man, that's major, major dividends. And what's the buy-in from that? More people will want to get involved. And I hear the arguments of, oh, well, the boat dock's there and somebody's coming from here and somebody's coming from here and somebody's coming. Yeah, but they're coming to Rockwall and they're leaving their money here in the form of gasoline, in the form of food, in the form of snacks, maybe even be an evening night out where they come back again because of the environment that we present for them. So that's that give in return. But I want to hit on something else. You talked about collaborations, Lyndon. The big thing for collaboration for me was I've had social event planners come to me and say, hey, I understand you have a gun range. Do you have a space where you can host a little party, no alcohol involved? You can bring all the food items you want, and then maybe give a short class on firearm safety and then have people go out and use the range? That's the kind of collaboration that I like and I welcome all day long, because they get to promote their skills. 9 times out of 10, they're coordinating this group. That group comes and puts money into our business. And as an offshoot, we take care of those social events because it benefits them too. That's the kind of relationship that we like to build here.
Yeah, that kind of goes, I was going to ask the question, how really has anybody experienced a situation where a collaboration situation led to greater success than competition? And I think you kind of just answered that in just offering a facility. But what all do y'all think about that?
Well, you see that here at the chamber all the time, like business competitors. They're in the same business together, but they get to know each other. They develop a relationship and they help each other, whether it's an area of their particular business that they don't excel in and they refer the other, or maybe they're too busy and can't handle it and put some of that business off on one of the competitors. We see that all the time. So when we talk about collaboration versus competitiveness, there's room for both in the business world, but collaboration is an important part of building your business and building your community. And it's very important for like businesses to actually get together and just not look at each other as competitors.
Yeah, that's right. Well, what are some of the risks? What do you think are some of the risks of trying to do everything alone versus integrating into a network? I see you smiling, CJ.
It's overwhelming. Case in point, before we got started here today, you heard me, okay, well, you need to get this done, you need to get that done. I can't do it by myself. When you have a collaborative network, just like Lonny said, we share the wealth, we share the load. What do they say? Multiple hands lighten the load. Yeah, it does. But it also comes down to collaboration for all of our businesses. Case in point, I'm going to sing Frank's phrases here now. I know that I have a printing need. Or if you tell me you have a printing need, first name that comes to mind is going to be Minuteman Press. Why? We use their products all the time. Their products are quality. Their turnaround is awesome. And they stand behind their product each and every time.
But it's not only that. It's not. I'm sorry, CJ. It's not only that. It's the fact that Frank, and I'm going to continue with him since you brought him up. He's involved in the community, so he shows people in the community and other businesses who do the same that they care about more than business. They care about the community. They care about people who live here. They care about the success of the area, and that tends to lead to wanting to do business with them.
Yeah,
I would second and third that. Frank does work for us here at the Y. It's immaculate. So seeing him out and then knowing the quality of work, we can refer him to anybody. And also knowing that it will not fail you in your community. And that's one of the things we don't want to do. We don't have anybody fail. So that's where we come together. And then trying to do it on your own, that's ultimately going to happen. It's going to be failure.
Yeah, that's right.
I was in a meeting this morning, and I was talking to a financial advisor that I called during the Chamber 1000 recruiting drive. And I mentioned to him, I said, man, you really need to join the Chamber of Commerce. He goes, well, they've already got 10 financial advisors in the Chamber. I'm like, why does that matter? Don't you want to know what they're doing? Don't you want to meet them? They can possibly refer to you. But people don't see it that way. They're thinking about what can I get out of it immediately once I write that check.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I have another question. How can networking help your business grow even if it doesn't lead to a sale? I think you've answered it, but I want to focus specifically on that question.
They know somebody with a need that you can satisfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's referring business to other people, but it's also building those personal and professional relationships. Everything we do in our entire lives, whether it's our personal life or our professional life, is built on relationships. And so it may not result in a sale, but it may result in something more important than your personal life because you know this person. So it's very important.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I had my pellet grill go out. And I called a vendor, local vendor, said, hey, do you guys repair this? He said, well, I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. The money that I will charge you, you will be better going to get a new one. But let me send you over here to this guy. He didn't get a sale, but he got a customer for life because he was upfront and honest, and he referred me to someone else. So even though you're networking, it may not land in your lap right now, but the way you treat your customers, the way you treat those referrals and your network benefits you maybe in the long run.
Yes.
So that feeds into that strategic partnerships or strategic relationships versus transactional relationships. Mm-hmm. I think you mentioned it earlier, Harold. It's all about not the here and now, long-term mutual benefit. Case in point, I'm come back and pick on Frank again. But even with you, Harold, you've done it. I walked into Frank's place beforehand, and it's like, oh, by the way, this is CJ Jorif. He has a gun range up in Nevada. Oh, really? We didn't know there was a gun range around. We thought there was no. And by the way, he's running for mayor. So it's one of those things where he's providing information. Did Frank get anything out of it for me? Yeah, he did. But it's that building that exponential value of giving someone else a value they never expected. They came in there to pick up printed goods, and the lady walked out with my card saying, hey, I've got a group of women, which we have a women's shooting group on the first and third Saturday, that they come out, and those women, they're dangerous. They started off with a shot group like this, and now it's like this.
Yeah.
I've been threatened by husbands, but I'll tell you about that later.
That's a show for a different day.
Yes, ma'am.
I just think all of those things come back to trust. Relationship building. You like, know, and trust the people around you, and contacting them. Lonnie, did you have something you wanted to share a second ago? I thought you were fixing to say something.
No, I was just, I didn't realize that CJ was running for mayor until he just mentioned it for the 8th time.
You know what? Reinforcement.
I'm teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
Well, we do have a few more minutes. I'm trying to get to something that I can't really get to yet, but what about your mission? Do you really know what it is that what is your business? What are you looking for? How can someone help build that business for you? You know, when the pandemic happened and we shut down, I had built a business strong enough that sustained me through that time. It actually grew during that time for a lot of reasons. That's a different show for another day. But what is the broader mission? Do people know how important it is? That do they know what it is you're building and what is your mission? You think that's important? Come on, somebody say it out loud.
Yeah, very much so.
It's different for me. It's different for me. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
No,
there.
no, you're good. You're good.
It's different for me because I don't own a business, but the benefit that I have and what I love, I've owned my own businesses before. What I love is the opportunity to work with hundreds and hundreds of local businesses and their business owners. So our goal is to serve and benefit their business as opposed to having my own business and trying to serve myself. My position is to serve other businesses. So it's different for me. It's different.
Yeah.
And
Harold.
for me, as a nonprofit, our job, well, many people think of us as a gym and swim, the YMCA, but they don't think of us as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So that's the struggle that we're having. We're here to make sure that the community as a whole is healthy mind, body, and spirit, that the family has a place to come and connect, that the community has a place to come and connect. So for me, it is one of those, just getting the word to let people know we're more than just your average gym. We are a holistic organization that prides itself on making sure that all is taken care of and that our nonprofit goes to benefit, make sure that all can benefit from our programs.
Yeah, that's so good.
So
All right.
jumping in on that real quick, what do we offer? We pride ourselves on being a safe and professional shooting sports facility. It's not you can walk in the door, sling, throw lead, have your firearms going every which way. Hey, this doesn't work. Or can you help me with this? Somebody. No. We pride ourselves on that to the point where, remember we talked about the social planning group? Lady called here last week and said, hey, this place told me no, we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that, we couldn't do this. And in doing so, yeah, we can. But these are our rules. They left here, they posted on Instagram and Facebook and everything. We're the next best thing to slice bread. And it's important because as a Second Amendment state, the right to bear arms, we of course, want everyone to be able to do so, but in a safe manner to safeguard yourself, your family, and those around you if you choose.
Awesome.
The Wild West is happening right here in Rockwall, so keep that in mind.
There's a lot happening. All right, we're going to go to commercial and we're going to come back. Stay with us. We have some fun, exciting things to share with you in our deep dive right after the break.
The Community Difference Rockwall would like to thank the following local partners for their continued support.
Looking for the ultimate night out? Come on down to Southern Junction Nightclub and Steakhouse in Roy City, where great food, live music, and unforgettable fun come together. Southern Junction is just 30 boot-scooting miles northeast of Dallas, off Interstate 30. Start your night by grilling your own perfectly seasoned steak, or let our chef handle it for you. Then hit the dance floor and enjoy live country music every Wednesday through Saturday. Challenge your friends at the pool table or just relax and soak in the atmosphere. At Southern Junction, there's always room for great times, great music, and great memories. Visit southernjunctionlive.com for details. And we'll see you this weekend at Southern Junction Nightclub and Steakhouse, just a short drive from Dallas. where Texas comes to play.
Now back to the show.
Thank you to Southern Junction and Shenanigans, who are great, wonderful supporters of the Community Difference. I love watching those little videos. They're so great. All right, let's get right to our next segment, our deep dive. So fun. Our co-hosts have fabulous questions for our guests. This is a time we want to get to learn and hear about you and your journey through. How about that? Through, period. All right, Frank, we're going to start with you. You ready?
Sure. You want me to ask Lonny a question?
Let's do it.
Lonny, have you ever experienced a situation where collaboration led to greater success than competition?
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh, you get 7 minutes to answer that question. So
I think I used to be in the insurance industry. Seems like a lifetime ago. But I owned an insurance agency, and I belonged to an organization of insurance agents from all over the state of Texas. And we used to get together all the time, and we really benefited each other as far as mentorship was concerned, learning things about the industry that we might not know, sharing information, sharing even clients who moved to a different area that were looking for an insurance agent. There were so many ways that collaborating with other people in the same industry. I mentioned it earlier that we have that situation here at the chamber, and because I'm not in business for myself at this time, I witness this every single day, whether it's real estate agents, whether it's cleaning companies, whether it's roofing companies. It really doesn't matter the industry. I see it every day where they share information with each other. And it's very, very important, because when you isolate yourself and you don't collaborate with other like businesses, you're missing tremendous opportunities. And these businesses are working together, and they're growing. Not only are they growing separately, but they're growing together, and they're building the community. It's important what they do for the community. They're not just in it for themselves, they're in it for the rest of the community. So collaborating with others in your industry brings many, many benefits. And I've experienced it myself, as I mentioned, in the insurance industry, but I witness it every day here. And
you see it every day in your office.
Every day.
Not a day goes by, Frank. Honestly, not a single day goes by that I don't see the collaboration here, and it's amazing. If you don't know and you haven't witnessed it, it's something you should see. You should get involved with it yourself. And I'm not talking about getting involved with the chamber. I'm talking about getting involved with collaborating with other like businesses, because it'll make a complete difference in your life.
Yeah, so good. Thank
Good
you for
answer.
that. Good answer. Ding, ding, ding. All right, CJ.
So, Harold, here's
Yes,
the deal.
sir.
I know that you take personal pride in Rockwall. Just knowing you as a person and as a friend. What's the most favorite thing about our Rockwall community for you?
Can I say two things?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. First is the community and the people in the community. Rockwall has a true pride and tradition about being a close-knit city. As much as grown, I've only been in Rockwall 3 years, but I see the rich history that it has. And then the second one is the love and the pride of everyday folks. One of the things that, I'm out in the community every day, all day. The love and the pride that they show for their community, for the people around them, is what makes me want to stay here and do better and do things for the community. Now, there's a different love when it comes to the Cross 30 rivalry, Heath and Rockwall.
Still love.
It's
Rockwall's
it's just
classic.
that one Friday night, though.
Yeah, one Friday night, that's a different kind of love. But to be genuine people that welcomes everybody in, that gives a helping hand to those in need. And as I said, just the nonprofit sector, we collaborate so much. You can see the love and the pride and the tradition that is in Rockwall. It's unmatched. Now you see why people want to move here. Sitting with the economic development team, now you see why people want to build their companies here. It's that tradition, that pride, and that love for the community and love for each other.
Building those businesses here directly impacts all of Rockwall. When I talk about the city of Rockwall, let's say about 54,000 people. That's pretty close. Those businesses help offset property taxes through their sales taxes and the taxes on their machinery. What does that do for mom and pop? All of us. It helps reduce our outlay because of taxes.
Yeah.
That's a big benefit. That's what helps keep Rockwall that small town feel to experience all of those things that you said.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that the Mrs. found Rockwall coming here from California. But the thing about it is this is home. This is home. And all people like you and everybody that we meet out there every day, being embedded in the community, it makes a difference.
Well, and when I was reading about Harold, your story, a little bit about where you came from, and kudos to you for working on your doctorate now, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
You're working.
I got to call you doctor?
You got to call me Doc. Put some respect on my name.
He won't answer to anything else.
Okay.
But when I was kind of going through all that information and learning a little bit more about you, I really wondered what really brought you, what things happened earlier in your career that even got you to Rockwall, and how has that impacted your life?
So I went to school here in Texas. I'm from Chicago originally. Went to school here in Texas, then moved back home, then landed a job back here with the Boy Scouts, and that took me from here to Birmingham, from Birmingham to the national office. And then when COVID hit and bankruptcy and all that, I was out of job for a year, and I really looked at an organization that had my same values and my same principles, and the Rockwall community came available. And I'm like, that may be a perfect fit. Looking at the landscape, I drove by this YMCA many times when it was a little small building to what it is now. And meeting some of the volunteers that I work with, meeting some of the community leaders, it's like that this is the right fit. So knowing where my travels have gone and the things that I've done to get me to this point, I've been a nonprofit all my life. And one of the things that I pride myself on is being an outgoing person to welcome anybody. I'm very approachable, and I find myself as a connector. And being here in Rockwall, all of those things just meshed. So it's like the perfect piece of the puzzle coming together all at once.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. Lonny, I was thinking about something you said earlier. You were in insurance for a very long time. And I was in managed care, but I worked with insurance companies for 32 years before I left the corporate America. What is one thing you can think of that might have impacted your career, your decisions that got you here, even to Rockwall, but to the chamber?
Well, I was doing completely different things. I was involved in public relations in the entertainment business, of all places, up the highway in Greenville, Texas. After that, I left and went to the radio station, did a morning show there. But what I was doing when I lived in Greenville was 2 or 3 evenings a week, I was getting in my car and driving to Rockwall and enjoying dinner at the harbor and downtown and meeting with friends who lived here in this area.
Yes.
And I decided, why don't I live in Rockwall? I mean, this is where I'm coming to escape. This is the place I want to be. And finally made that decision that, you know what, it's only a 30-minute drive. If I have to commute every day for 30 minutes on 30, that's fine. This is where I want to live. So I moved here a year less than Harold. I've been here 2 years. And I was still commuting back and forth until the position at the chamber opened up. But it was because of COVID that got me into the chamber industry. I started out at the chamber in Greenville. I was there for almost 2.5 years. And it was only because things were different. I was, again, in the entertainment industry. And because of COVID, there were no live shows for 2 years.
Yes.
And so I had to pivot and do something else. And the position at the Greenville Chamber opened up, and I knew the people there and I knew the community. So I went to work there, and that's what led me here.
Here you are. That's awesome.
I'm glad we got you.
Thank you.
I know. Right. Me too. So I'm going to ask Frank and CJ real quick and think about it real careful. What is one thing? What is one unique thing? What is the thing that changed your business and changed who you are and why you participate here in the Rockwall community? What's one thing, a unique something? Was it a thought? What was it?
Community
Repeat the
service.
question. That was a long question.
Well, I'm just trying to say, CJ has the answer, and then I'll tell you again. CJ, come on.
Community service, being embedded in this community. That's what made the difference for me. I'm not a Johnny come lately. I don't show up at this and don't be there with this. I try to make sure that I'm everywhere. Why? Because I love this community. I love the people. I love the businesses. I love the why. It's about community. That's the one factor that's made me do what I'm doing now. Because this, like I said, it's an awesome, awesome environment to live, work, and play. But the people, the true people, are the ones that make the difference.
And CJ, you're a bright light every time you show up, every place.
You mean with that light shining on my head?
Not your head.
That's the truth.
Oh, okay.
Your personality.
Okay, we have 2 minutes. Frank, you grew up here. You grew up in Rockwall. What is one thing that really changed your thought process that made you just love and want to stay right here in Rockwall?
I liked it immediately when we moved out here in 1984. And I've been here, except for college, been here pretty much the whole time since 1984. And I like having my business here in Rockwall because the Rockwall community wants to shop local and they support local businesses. And you don't see that in East Dallas and Mesquite. You don't see that. And that's one of the things that gives Rockwall kind of a hometown feel is they support their own.
I think you're right. So just so everybody will know, prior to him moving here in 1984, we went to the same high school. I like to tell everybody that. All right. I do feel like we live in a resort community, and I feel like going back to our topic today, building relationships, ecosystems, learning to build something that's sustainable where you're not just feel like you're on a mouse wheel all the time is so important. So I think we've all done that here. So it's exciting. We're going to go to break, and we're going to come right back for our last segment of What's the Difference. It's super fun. So stay with us, and we'll see you in a second.
The Community Difference would like to thank each of the following partners for their continued support. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you. Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
Now back to the show.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
I love this. I love this segment for a lot of reasons. I'm getting ready to put every one of you on the spot. I love CJ's smile when I say that. So I'm going to ask you I'm going to ask one question. I'm going to ask each of you to give me your feedback. And then I have an official answer that we're going to read it, just trying to tie in our topic for today. So what's the difference between networking and ecosystem building? I'm going to start with CJ.
That used to happen to me in school too. I'm sitting there minding my own business. Anyway,
it's because you made eye contact.
No, I always make eye contact. Networking is about meeting people. I talked about this before.
Yeah.
But it's not the people that you know. Acknowledge them. Meeting other people. The second part of that is building ecosystem building. Think about it. An ecosystem is creating a network where multiple parties, numerous people, engage to help each other out.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do with our businesses. It's not us just on the island. It was said before, talking about competition. Yeah, it's competition, but that competition can work to your advantage because you may have a niche or something special about you that another business doesn't have. But it takes that other business owner to be able to realize and say, you know what? I can't do this, like Harold said, but this other business can. It's mutual synergy working together.
That's awesome. Yep. Harold, what do you think? What's the difference between networking and ecosystem building?
Networking is just having conversations to gain contacts.
Yeah.
Ecosystem is planting the seeds that will grow and blossom and spread over a lifetime.
Yes. So good. That's awesome. Lonnie?
Well, I mean, we all know networking is meeting people, is getting together and introducing yourself. That's
important.
Networking. It is very important. It's one of the most important building blocks in your business. But building that ecosystem is a long-term group that's going to benefit you on a long-term basis. To give you maybe an example of that, maybe you have a clothing designer that has an ecosystem with suppliers and marketing people and retailers that are all in the same business. And so long term, they're going to feed off of each other. And you're going to build that ecosystem that's going to grow with all of these different types of people that are part of the industry.
That's it. That's good. Frank?
Networking is is necessary, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to get something out of it. And nothing drives me crazier than to go to a networking event and somebody's already trying to close you
right
on their service as soon as they meet you.
It happens. Yeah.
But the ecosystem comes out of networking a lot of times. I can't tell you how many people I've met at networking events, and I didn't get anything for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then all of a sudden they place one order. You take care of them. They're thrilled with what you did, and they're a lifelong customer.
That's awesome.
And somebody that orders from me very frequently is going to get top-notch service. I'm going to deliver it myself, and
always
make sure they're serviced properly.
That's awesome. Thank you, Frank. Okay, here's the official answer. Are you ready? Networking is about meeting people. I think CJ said just that. Networking is about meeting people, while ecosystem building is about creating a structured network where multiple parties collaborate for mutual growth. And I think Harold pointed out the growth as well. So networking focuses on who you meet, while an ecosystem focuses on what those connections create together. And that's what we do here. We're proud of that. All right, I'm going to ask one more question, and y'all, we're going to have to go fast. So think quick. The next question is, what's the difference between a strategic partnership and a collaboration? Can I start with Harold?
Oh,
he's like, oh.
Strategic is methodical. You planned it out. The second part was
collaboration.
Collaboration is when you come together and you figure it out.
That's good. Frank?
I would say the strategic partnership is a long-term business relationship, whereas the collaboration is just kind of a short term.
Okay, awesome. CJ?
Yeah, Frank hit it on the head. Long-term alliance formed with someone that has shared objectives. You want the same thing, but you'll collaborate with each other to make each other more successful. That collaboration, it might be one time for a specific project, or it may be a situation where it's like, okay, well, it serves a purpose for right now. The best way to go is the strategic partnership, because like I said, I keep on picking on Frank because Frank's my guy. I know that we have a strategic long-term partnership where I need something, I can rely on them. Same thing with, for sure, for Lonny with the chamber. The chamber has been with us from day one. When we didn't have a pot to cook beans in, yes, cook beans in. But it was a situation where they provided us with PPE. They sent us with sanitary to wash our hands. That made a difference to those people who were bold enough to walk into my business. I handed them a mask, and it's like, okay, doesn't stop us from doing business. That's a strategic long-term relationship which we maintain till today.
That's so good. All right, Lonny.
Well, for me, as we talked about, collaboration is working with like-minded people. It might be more on the short term, possibly long term, but for me, the strategic partnerships are more intentional. They're more focused. Maybe you're focusing on working with decision makers or influencers or people that can lead you into areas that you might not get on your own. That's, to me, that's more strategic than just your everyday networking and collaboration.
There you go. Perfect. All right, let me read you the official answer. Strategic partnerships are long-term alliances with shared objectives, while collaborations are often short-term or project-based. Strategic partnerships are structured for continued business growth, whereas collaborations may be temporary. And I think each of you touched on every piece of that. So thank you for that. All right, we are at our end of our show. Before I close, Lyndon wants to share something with us. So come on, Lyndon, before we close.
Well, you and I love it about you, Tammy. You got a little arrogant before this show started, and you said it was going to be the best one ever. And I always cross my fingers when everybody says that. But this has been one of the best ones that I've sat in. You guys have done an amazing job. I think you brought a lot of value to the small business owners, our audience that watches. And I just want to say thank you for coming on here and being able to bring something to the community of Rockwall the way that you guys did, and ladies as well. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Lyndon, for that. And to our guests, thank you for being here. To our co-hosts who are prepared and ready. This is just so fun, and the time does pass so fast. Before we close, I want to hear from each of you. Tell us your name, how people can reach you, and maybe one quick takeaway, because you literally get 15 seconds. So we'll start with Lonny.
I'm Lonny Schonfeld. I'm a Partnership Development Manager at the Rockwall Area Chamber of Commerce. Rockwallchamber.org is our website. You can come by the office. We're open. We love to see you, so stop in. And I just wanted to remind people that CJ is running for mayor.
So good. Thank you, Harold. Harold, tell us how to reach you.
Yes, Harold Young, YMCA, right here in Rockwall. You can come to our facilities, hit our website, ymcadallas.org. Just come by and we'll love to have you, love to talk to you and chat with you.
Awesome. Frank?
You can email me at rockwall@minutemanpress.com or call me at 469-769-1600. We can help you with any of your printing needs.
Awesome. CJ? You're on mute, CJ.
I didn't do it. But with that having been said, we're the Compound of Beta, your premier outdoor shooting sports facility. You can visit us. You can see us there at info@tcnrange.com to provide inquiries. Our contact number is 972-853-0602. But the best way is to visit us online at www.tcnrange.com for all of your outdoor sporting needs. Ballistic therapy to relieve your day. And yes, I am running to become the next mayor of Rockwall.
This is not your political platform, but we know you're running for mayor. Awesome. All right.
Lonny started.
I love you so much. All right. I'm Tammy Escobedo. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you all watch. Stay with us next week on same time, same channel. We'll have different co-hosts, new guests. We'll be talking about the same topic. And you can reach me at tammyescobedo.com. And I look forward to seeing you later in the month. Have a great week.
Thanks, Lonny and Harold. It was a great show.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Rockwall was made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada. Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group. And by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference.